My name is Chandler.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle.
Hi, I'm Kate Fries.
Hi, I'm Kayla Seraphin.
Hi, I'm Nathan Ansel.
I first heard about specialty care when I was job searching. I was in a position that I didn't like what I was doing. I came across something that was very science oriented and I knew I wanted more. I wanted to get out of behavioral health. So I got an interview, a call came through from Specialty Care asking me if I want to do minimally invasive, a surgical line that they have at Specialty Care. I did that for about 9 months, hit kind of a ceiling. I wanted more opportunity, do more. And I had the great opportunity to talk to some of the neurophysiologists that were doing it in Philly. I was able to shadow one of them in an OR at Pennsylvania Hospital. I loved the opportunity. I felt like in minimally invasive, I wasn't doing as much as I could. It wasn't as hands-on. And so when I got into neurophysiology, it was very hands-on. I was advocating for the patient. I was collaborating with the surgeons and the staff. It really felt like I was using my neuroscience degree. Although I miss not using my psych as much, it still comes with when you work with people. I still use that in all those aspects.
So I actually had a very unconventional way coming into it. When I was a senior in high school, I had broken my hand and I had lasting nerve damage from the surgery with that. So then when I was a junior in college, I had just seen a job posting for it on our school job posting site. I'd never seen it again. It went away. I Googled it after I graduated and then started in the field. And then since then, my own personal health journey as well as my professional journey have all kind of merged. And it has just been very fulfilling.
I graduated from Rutgers University with a bachelor's degree in cell biology and neuroscience. I went into working in an asbestos lab where we did polarized light microscopy. And then the pandemic hit and I was having a conversation with my mom who works in the operating room, and she brought up her friend who does neurophysiology, and that is how I heard about specialty care and started here.
So in college, I was studying psychology and I had a minor in neuroscience. I instantly fell in love with learning about neuroscience, and once I graduated in December, I was just looking for more of a neuroscience-based job, and I came across this job.
Yeah, I found specialty care because a good friend of mine actually works with specialty care. I went to college for exercise science, and I got lots of anatomy background and sports background. And I always knew I wanted to be in healthcare, but didn't know how to kind of use that information that I learned in college. So talking with my friend, he said, well, you have a lot of anatomy, we're in the healthcare. And it really just was a very good marrying of things that I appreciate.
The inspiration to join specialty care came from a lot of different things. One of them is the opportunity to be in some of the biggest hospitals, working with some of the most talented professionals, whether that's an anesthesiologist, a nurse, a scrub, a surgeon, a radiologist. Everyone that you work with that I've come across, you see them in books, you see them in research papers, you see them in literature. Like, it is so amazing to know that these people that I'm collaborating with are having patients come from all over the country to seek their care.
I think for me, one of the most memorable times that I've been supported in my role is when I was in the interim phase of, I was technically just supposed to schedule my hospital and the clinicians, but it's kind of hard to do at the hospital that I work at. You have to be much more hands-on and be able to actually manage the account, which is why I eventually just went into management instead. But during that time, we just had so much going on at the hospital level and in the region that the president, Jonathan Mooney, and then also the person who is now the area clinical manager, Alia Franco, they both reached out because they saw that we were just needing a lot of help and support to be able to get out of where we were at, where we were working all the time, and now we have a much more balanced day-to-day work and week. And having that support to have somebody really listen to the challenges that we were facing and not just listen and say words back, but actually take action was all the difference.
I'm on the Thomas Jefferson team here in Philadelphia. I love that my team is so hands-on with each other. we're able to help each other, answer questions, give each other breaks, just make sure that everyone is having a good time or better time that day.
Another thing for me was the program. Going through the program was an amazing opportunity. There's people that go to programs like UConn, Pitt, Williamsburg to continue neuromonitoring or get into it. For me, that dual hybrid aspect of being clinical and being educational and being able to make money, like live my life and not have to take that step back after undergrad, like moving home, or it just gave me the opportunity to not feel like I was taking on more debt, like I didn't know where I was going next. And so SpecialtyCare, having the program really allows those people that want to get there, have like someone holding your hand, getting you there.
What made me choose SpecialtyCare is that they're one of the largest neuromonitoring companies in the country. There's plenty of places to monitor, like through SpecialtyCare, which is a huge plus because neuromonitoring is not really that big in today's world. I also chose SpecialtyCare because they just seem to really appreciate like the younger people who want to go into this career. I feel like with this career path, you have to go to grad school and pay all this money, and SpecialtyCare gives you all of this.
The team that I've been working with is very passionate and it's very broad. So we work with a lot of different surgeons and we see a lot of different surgeries. So some teams will see the same type of surgery every day. We are not like that. We see random things. You don't know what you're going to see walking in.
Some characteristics I think that are needed when being a surgical neurophysiologist is you cannot be afraid to speak up. You're ultimately here for patient safety and you can't be afraid to tell the surgeon, the OR team, the anesthesia team what you need from them to ensure this patient has a good outcome.
If you're considering a career in neurophysiology, I recommend you preparing. It's a lot. There's so much material to cover. There's a lot of time management that you have to do. You have to put a lot in, but that's how it feels in the beginning. It's taking everything from you. There's a lot of work you have to do. You have to prove yourself, not just to everyone in the OR, you have to prove yourself to yourself. And after that though, you start to like climb up this hill, and you don't feel like you're gonna get to the top. But then once you get to the top, the walk down is amazing. You feel so comfortable. Like after you take your boards and you pass, it is that confirmation that you are doing what you were supposed to be doing. Like there is a reason why you're here. You tested to be able to be that person. So that relief that you have, all this dedication, all those hours, all the times that you weren't able to go out with your friends, you weren't able to like stay up late, you were studying, long day in the OR, like you just felt like you're giving up your entire life. It all becomes worth it. It all feels worth it. In the beginning, you lose sight of so much of why am I doing this? And I feel like after you get through all of the education portions and after you get through getting your CNIM, I feel like you then realize that it's so much more about the patient. It's so much more about what got you here in the first place, wanting to help people. You wanting to do more with your brain, like with your intellect, with how much you have to give. And when you see what you're giving or casting into the world being received and received well and like a high five for it, it keeps you going. So I think the beginning, it's a lot of self-discipline. You really have to be confident that you want to do it, but it does get better. And I do think that it makes you a stronger, more well-rounded person having going through that. If it was easy, it probably wouldn't be for you.